What's going on, guys? I am Chase.
It's your boy, Patty Rick.
And guys, welcome to another On Four Wheels review. Today, we have the absolute pleasure of doing a test drive on Acura's 2022 NSX Type S. And since it's a supercar that's not flashy, we are.
And with this review, we're gonna try to find out if the final NSX is the swan song we all hope it is.
Let's find out.
With a drive?
Only way to do it, bud.
All right.
So freaking excited for this. Holy shit.
I'm excited to drive it. This part sucks though.
Yep. All right. Bud, we're in a supercar. I'm so scared.
I guess we'll start in sport mode. Standard sport mode.
What? No.
Oh, you're gonna start in quiet?
Yeah, we're in a parking lot.
It is the perfect time for us to hum away.
Ah, the silence of electricity. But it will not be silent for long, I don't suspect.
No, I don't reckon it will be.
All right, NSX Type S. Let's go.
I can't see shit. I'll be scared.
Okay, we're in a supercar. Our first supercar review. How exciting.
This is ridiculous.
We are super appreciative of Acura for letting us loan this car out, and we hope you guys enjoy the coming review. We should probably talk about stats.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of them, and the numbers are a little high.
They're kind of, the numbers are high in all aspects.
Let's drop through stats, Pat.
So we'll start with the important thing.
Uh-huh.
How much do these cost?
A lot. All right,
Yeah.
Moving on. No, just kidding.
Ridiculous.
So base cost.
Base cost, I want to say, is right in the neighborhood of $171,000.
Chump change. What about this? What about this model as tested?
So as tested, we have the carbon pack, which we'll go over what that includes. We have the sport wheels.
Of course.
We have the upgraded stereo.
Of course.
And we have this gorgeous Gotham gray matte metallic.
Uh-huh. And what does that turn the price into?
Just shy, I believe, of $192,000.
Now we're talking actual numbers.
Yeah,
Jesus
tax tag
Christ.
title out the door, you're well over 200.
Oh my God. Will the car, like, make up for that cash? We're gonna find out. What's the engine, what's the horsepower, and what's the torque?
The engine, the horsepower, in the Turk. So for $192, give or take $1,000, you get a 3.5 liter twin turbo hybrid V6.
Which doesn't sound crazy.
No, you're like, cool, like that. My truck has a twin turbo
Right.
V6, and you can get a Tundra with a twin turbo hybrid V6.
Okay, yeah.
And like, you can get that truck four-wheel drive. Now the difference here is that the engine in the back only drives the rear wheels.
It's literally right here.
Right here. It only drives the rear wheels. See, I want to talk about engines, but we're here.
Oh, I was distracted by the conversation.
So like,
Hold on.
to explain how good, I'm gonna put my head back, how good this engine really is.
No, it is as scary as a supercar. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die in this episode. This is the episode I die. Okay, we're good. I don't. I mean, it's smooth and controlled, but still scary.
And then you put it back into like the normal mode, and it's just, oh my God, that timing was so good.
That was a cop.
Oh my, he didn't see us. He saw us going slow. I love this car.
What is happening in life right now?
Anyway, so 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 all-wheel drive hybrid. The engine in the back, it also has an electric motor back there, like a traditional hybrid drive system. That's the only thing powering the rear wheels.
Okay.
There's no gasoline-powered propulsion going to the front.
Oh, that's
Front wheels have two independent electric motors.
Okay.
So that give us a combined 600 horsepower.
Like on the ground, pushing us forward.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Fair.
It's ridiculous. I love every second of it.
All right. No, I'm still trying to get over what just happened. Torque.
So torque. So we got 600 horsepower. We have 492 pound-feet of torque.
Good God.
Which is approximately ridiculous.
100, especially with how like tiny and small this car is.
Small.
Speaking of weight and small, what's the weight of this with the grotesque amount of power?
So the grotesque amount of power and the weight of this, it's gonna sound like a lot of weight. It sure doesn't feel like it, and the hybrid drive battery does make up a lot of it, but it's 3,898 pounds. So just shy of 2 tons.
Yeah.
For reference, like the equivalent Nissan GTR is a very similar weight. The 911 Turbo or the 911S that this would compete with is a good bit lighter weight. I want to say the Porsche is closer to like 34 to 35.
So a couple £100 heavy.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, not a big deal at all. Okay, so seeing as though we're not in jail, clearly the brakes are decent.
Yeah, the brakes are fantastic. So up front, you've got vented and cross-drilled 15-inch carbon ceramic rotors.
Dude, they're freaking massive.
They're literally bigger than the wheels on the Miata. And then the rears, we've got 14.2 inch of that same carbon ceramic vented and cross-drilled brake rotors.
As far as transmission and all-wheel drive knows,
We're doing 60.
I know, but I'm you got me all
I got you all worked up.
Yeah.
So speaking of this beautiful transmission, it is a flappy paddle or standard automatic 9-speed dual clutch transmission.
Okay.
It shifts basically instantly. It's ridiculous. And because of how smooth the transmission is and with the hybrid drive and everything, it switches in and out of EV mode like on the fly, and I don't even notice it.
Right, we're going to talk more about that in the driving impressions later in the video for sure.
We had mentioned the electric motors, which do make up this all-wheel drive system. So there's no gas propulsion going to the front of the car. That is just driven by the 2 independent electric motors. You've got the ICE and the main electric motor for the rear that drives the rear. It gives it like totally independently controlled. Like this thing fights for grip, like its life depends on it.
Yeah.
And then we've got 245 with Pirelli P0s on the front, 305s on the rear. You've got more grip than you know what to do with.
Thank God. Oh my God, nobody's here.
We're at U-turn and no one's here.
Oh my God. It's a bad sign.
Why is that a bad sign?
Oh, do not do this. Don't set yourself. Oh my God, I've never heard it sound like that. Oh, that's a cop.
That's a cop. Oh,
that's a cop. That was hardcore a cop. Is he turning around?
I haven't seen him yet, so we're gonna go quiet mode.
Oh, bro, should we turn? I knew it was a bad sign. Should we turn off this?
No, because he can't tell how fast we were going.
Let's talk about the interior while we're definitely not going to jail.
So speaking of the interior, you can go from all of that ridiculous power to the quiet mode or the standard sport mode, and
the one flip swaps the mode?
Yeah, it drastically changes everything about this car. The steering, the suspension, how the power is delivered, how much power is delivered.
I love that.
And then we're in EV mode doing 45 miles an hour, cruising.
Definitely not being fast or speeding or anything.
Not making a sound.
Okay, so let's talk about the interior of the car while we can.
While we have not soiled it.
Yes.
So speaking of the interior, it's fairly roomy, given it's a supercar.
Yep.
You've got a lot of upper headspace. I'm not uncomfortable.
I am a regular sized person, 5'10", and I got like more than a fist width.
Yeah, and I'm 6'2", 6'3", depending on what shoes I'm wearing.
The only crampness that I feel is width wise, like especially if we have the little. Here, I'll show you guys.
I wish there was a.
This is a cup holder. We made a TikTok on it. It kills your leg room, so luckily you can just pop it out,
stick it in the glove box, call it a day.
Call it a day.
I feel like my width, because I don't have the cup holder, is up fine. I feel like this is very similar to a lot of other sports cars, like the Mazda Miata, where they give the driver a little more room. They are power seats. They are power adjustable for lumbar support on the driver's side. The passenger side doesn't get that. Sucks to suck. I like the interior. The leather on the steering wheel is really nice.
Right.
The kind of Alcantara materials that are everywhere.
It gives it a plush vibe.
It does.
For sure.
It gives it that luxury vibe. Now, are there other cars that this competes with that feel a little bit nicer on the interior? Sure.
Also, this will come up a lot in this video, but when you're talking about price level like this, you either want a ton of performance or you want a ton of luxury.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I really care about luxury if I'm getting a performance vehicle.
Yeah, I
feel
like
which is kind of where
they've done such a good job making this pinpoint accuracy as it pertains to performance.
Right.
Yeah, the head unit could be better, but it's got integrated Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you plug your phone into it, and
Right.
it's like every other head unit on the market. So who gives a crap?
Yeah, the screen here, tiny, looks old. Like it's just not. I'm not here for it. But like you said, the second you plug Apple CarPlay into it, you don't care about the screen anymore.
Yeah, because it's like everyone else's screen.
We talked about this before. I do hate the volume rocker.
The volume switch.
It's
rocker,
not physical. Yeah, it's not even a rocker. It's just like a touch screen on the side. That kind of annoys me, but like other than that, I don't really care. Give me Apple CarPlay. I don't have to worry about all this. I will say the physical buttons in this center dash work fantastic, and they have all of the things in the center dash that you want physical buttons for. We've got all of our AC, which is like in one little climate area. We've got the mode switching, which is done on the dime, which in a car like this, we've seen that sometimes you need to quickly change modes. Then you got your drive stuff here. Behind that, your parking, and then your heated seats. I don't know if there's anything else I need physical buttons for in a car.
Like, I don't know if there's anything else I need in a car.
Yeah, right.
I've got modes, my AC controls, a parking brake, and heated seat. And then 600 horsepower. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man.
I just need 600 horsepower. I do want to throw myself under the bus. When I first took this car out to do camera work on it, it took me let's just say an unfortunately longer time than I wish it did to find the engine start and stop button.
Like, it's totally fine now that I know exactly where it is.
Right.
But like when I first got in, like the steering wheel kind of blocks it. I was like, where's the button to start
I think that's what it was. The steering wheel was blocking, and I was looking in the center area because I've never seen a center dash kind of like that. But I eventually found it. But it's just kind of hidden up there. Man, this part's going to suck so bad.
Yeah, we didn't get to do the wiggle wiggle either because we're terrified by the police.
Yeah, thank God. All right, guys. You guys know we do our super speedy seat swap. I don't think you're going to win, no offense.
Oh, I'm not going to. My neck hurts so bad.
Just so you know, I'm in, you know how competitive, I have a problem. So I'll let you count down. Can I do this, or can I touch the thing at all?
You can do whatever you want.
All right. You
3, 2, 1. Okay, I was gonna say go, but that's fine. Oh God.
I ain't losing from last time. Done.
I don't even have the door closed.
Dude, I'm so amped up right now. Holy crap. Can I just note, looking out the back, I might as well not say anything.
There's not. I feel like they've done a really good job with that mirror and the angle, because, you know, these mirrors are all kind of angled, to fit within the shape behind us really well. So another thing I feel like they did really well, speaking of the interior stuff, is this little cubby right here.
Oh, and it can come out.
There are, yeah, this little guy comes out.
To, like, clean it and shit.
Clean it, which is great.
Yeah.
And there's another cubby back here that's fine.
Yeah.
My thing is, it's...
It is literally the perfect size for a phone. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and that little thing right there, I don't know if it's meant for that, but that's what I use it for, but it fits an iPhone 14 Pro.
Oh my God, I love that.
Perfectly. Which is just nice.
Okay, drive. And...
I feel like is there more headroom over here? I almost feel like there is.
I should not do Sport Plus, right?
Given the day we've had.
Noted. Okay. Hey,
and Sport is plenty.
It's not a manual, so I don't care. I'm good. Alrighty. Is there anything else we need to talk about interior?
We got our door cubbies, kind of, sort of, not really. They're really small under the door handle. I think they're really for closing the door. And then we've got your center console cubby where our phone is sitting right now. We've got this little cubby that's right behind it, which is pretty nifty. It is great for keeping like your wallet in, I guess. I don't know. How is it that...
I'm so sorry. My side hurts.
Anyway, we've got the glove compartment, the center console, the phone cubby, and that's really it as it pertains to cubbies in this car, which is fine. Chase just experienced those incredible brakes for the first time.
My side hurts so bad. Oh my God. I have not driven a lot of great cars, I will admit, but like this car is on such another planet. I don't even know how to experience it. You've driven some serious stuff.
I've owned 700 horsepower all-wheel drive cars that don't feel like this does.
Yeah.
Like
let's
this
let's segue into the driving experience, because you have driven this car more than I have.
Yeah, I've had this car since Tuesday, and I've not let you have it.
I don't think I've ever heard you talk so good about a car.
Yeah, I'm like hypercritical of cars. I'm a big car guy. I've spent my entire life.
Oh my God, no wonder you do this.
Yep, it's fun.
Pat.
Oh my God, my neck.
Oh yeah, your neck.
We're gonna give me more whiplash than I already have. But I've driven a lot of cool cars, not to, humble brag or any dumb shit like that, but
Braking.
like...
Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. Continue. You've driven some really cool cars.
I've driven some neat cars. My scope of reference is different than most people, to be fair.
Especially me, for sure.
Yeah, you've driven way more cool bikes than I have.
100%.
Like, the bikes that I've ridden are very limited compared to what he's ridden. So it's, we kind of give or take there. But this thing is, as far as I'm concerned, as comfortable as like a TL. Mm-hmm. Like steering wise, it feels really good. The suspension when it's in quiet or sport mode is very comfortable.
Right.
The Sport Plus and the track mode are where it gets really stiff and really aggressive.
That really, because I think that I'm in sport mode, and like this car
is the comfortable
just
suspension.
Glued.
Yeah, like the grip is insane, but it's not harsh. You're not, when you hit a bump, you're not getting jolted around.
Right, no, you get like the best of all the worlds, but also like we're in sport mode, so it's the more comfortable suspension. But dude, I'm not messing around on the brakes, and the car just stays level. Yep. It's insane. There's no dive. I have never experienced a car that, like, it's scary being in the passenger seat when you're like just hauling ass up to a turn, and then it's a tighter turn and you're just accelerating. But then you turn into it, and the car, there's no shift to the side.
Yeah,
and
there's no big weight transfer. It just
grips
and goes.
This is far and beyond like the best thing I've ever driven.
The NSX, the original NSX, is a time capsule. It is a piece of beauty, and I could never say anything bad about that car. It's fantastic. This is 50 times better. It's not even close. It feels more stable. It is more predictable. It's cheaper to own. I called the Acura dealer and got a quote for an oil change on this thing. It's not that much money.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's easier to drive, both normally and at the limit.
So, I don't know what the limit is. I ain't even gonna try to talk about that. But yeah, so we all know that I am not the most capable car driver, period. I just feel like so empowered to drive in a controlled manner, and just I feel like I can go take this anywhere and drive it amazingly.
2 words: confidence inspiring.
That is the words.
That's what this car is.
Yeah, 100%. One of the things I want to talk about, that when you were driving, I think we were going to my house and we were going to pick my car up.
Yeah.
The thing that, and that was not a crazy time. We were driving this car like we would drive any regular car, and the transition of electric, like fully electric,
EV mode,
to engine and electric is the most seamless thing I have ever experienced in my entire life, and it makes me feel like this car is the perfect hybrid. I just think it's so hilarious that this car, it's Jekyll and Hyde, not in the way that it drives, but like when you pull into the shop, you just come in the door and I don't hear you at all.
Yeah, it just hums right in.
Because it's silent coming in.
Even when the engine's on, it's not super loud unless you're in Sport Plus mode.
But when you like get on it, the noise that it makes it's like, because like you don't want a loud fast car. Most of the time when they're fast, they're loud. You don't want a loud car all the time.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes, dude, I got a headache on the way to work. I don't want to listen to an exhaust. When do you always want to listen to an exhaust?
Anytime you're going fast.
That makes so much. Another cop. Oh my God.
They
are out today. That is the perfect combination for me, is give me that fun engine noise when I'm giving it the gas, and
when
then
you're
like
giving it the beans.
Yeah, when I crank my car up in the morning to go to work, I don't need to hear all the craziness.
And I feel like, to compare this to the last car review, the Bullet Mustang, and it's got the active exhaust system in it that does the same thing, and it's so good. And we're getting on the freeway. You're going to give us plenty of lead time. Hold on, traction controls on.
Yep.
we're gonna give you 75% of the power, and there's a car up our butt, so you should hit it.
Oh, there is a button at the bottom of the...
That's a cop.
There's a button at the bottom of the pedal, and it's like, no, I'm for real.
Yeah.
I felt it.
You push the pedal like almost all the way, and you're like, cool, that's everything. And then there's like a button, and you push a little further.
Yes, I love that.
And it gives you just that little bit of extra.
Oh my God, it does. That is so exhilarating. Oh.
And then
wait, what mode did you just take me from and put me into?
Sport Plus.
Uh-huh.
So full beans without being in track mode.
Uh-huh.
And then into regular sport mode.
Bro, I could feel that in the steering and in the
steering gets
pedal.
a little softer. The suspension lifts get a little softer.
That was a real. Have you done that yet?
Yeah, it's cool because you feel like the tension in the pedal change.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that.
Cool.
We're now on the highway. I can set cruise control, which cool. But oh my God, another cop, dude! Today's a cop day.
Dude, they're out. It's a beautiful day, and it's.
So we've got cruise control on. We don't have lane keep.
So yeah, this is where the tech gets a little weird on this car because it's so good at so many things.
Yeah.
There's no lane keep.
There's no
There's no auto distance cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
There's no blind spot monitor.
Right.
There is no rear cross traffic alert. It does have parking assist.
So you basically throw out the window all of the creature comfort tech that that a lot of regular, like my Subaru that costs 40 grand.
A base model Camry has all that.
Yeah, so you don't get all of the little like tiny amenities and luxuries that a lot of people are starting to get used to right now.
Yeah, that being said, it is still a very safe car. It's well built. There's plenty of airbags.
Right.
The seats and the seat belts are well designed. They work extremely well. But like, these mirrors are so good, I feel like I don't need blind spot monitors.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they're very wide, they're well placed,
also,
they're very
just a
far
little
forward.
side note on the mirrors, the little venting that you see, it looks like a fucking Batman car, and it looks so good.
Cool, man.
Okay, so is there anything else? How is it mine every time? How is it always my GoPro? Are you serious? 2 in a row?
I believe the technical term is
Get wrecked nerd.
Get wrecked nerd. That's right.
Whatever. We've got a few creature.
Oh, there goes mine. Bye, GoPro.
All right, we're on center cam only now. All right, guys. So yeah, a lot of creature comfort stuff you don't have. But I gotta be honest, this car does so good driving both like a regular ass car and
like a supercar.
Like you can't even handle. It is so good, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it. If you just look at this car, if I'm gonna be 100% honest, dude, this car is not a crazy ton to look at. When you're talking about that much money, and especially compared to the performance,
gaudy.
No, it looks like okay, that's cool. I feel like, and let's dig into it now. Yeah. I feel like when you're talking this price level, let's just call it 200 grand. Yeah. Hopefully we can give or take a couple G's. You want one of two things. You want incredible comfort, and you want to be black, white, or gray, or a level of gray.
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to drive like this thing drives, and you want to be ridiculous.
Orange or purple, green, Lambo.
Something nutty. Yeah. And the only thing that I feel like this car has an issue with is the visual identity crisis of feeling like the driver feels like they do. Like I have been feeling like I cannot stop smiling while I'm in this car.
Yeah.
And I see this car.
You're like, oh, that's neat.
It's a gray car.
Yeah.
I feel like the car could look more ridiculous from the outside, and I think that would push it. Like if you're gonna drive like this, bro, just go all the way. Don't make me look like a executive suite car, but then drive like that. That's the only thing I kind of feel weird about the car. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks awesome. I think it could look more ridiculous, and that would fit the vibe better.
It is pure function over form.
Okay.
It is designed this way aerodynamically. It is designed this way based on coefficients of drag, the performance, the 191 mile an hour top speed.
I'm not going that fast ever.
It is designed to perform in a specific manner, and the car happened to look the way that it looks.
I say the things I say because that's how I feel, but like at the end of the day, somebody that built this is way smarter than I'll ever
and
be.
every time you punch it, you're like, I don't give two about anything else.
Yeah, so like, you have to understand, like, I have to find something wrong with this thing, and
Yeah,
that's the
that's
only
fair.
thing I can kind of come up with. Okay, we have talked so much.
We have.
We are going to get out of the car, and we're going to talk more
Yep.
about the outside and show it to you guys. So let's get out of it. Do we have to? Does this have to be over? Maybe this is a special 3-hour episode. We just go to the mountains.
Okay.
Sorry, bud. All right, guys, the drive is over, but we are here with the NSX. Sleek looking front, dude.
Yeah.
Love the front.
So on the front of this 22 NSX Type S, this one in particular, Gotham Gray, as we talked about earlier, expensive option. The carbon package. What all comes in that carbon package is mainly aesthetic stuff. There's one big performance bit we'll talk about.
Okay.
So aesthetically, we're talking about the carbon fiber front lip down there,
Love that.
carbon fiber roof,
Saw that.
carbon fiber side skirts, and carbon fiber rear diffuser, which we'll show you guys here in a minute, because
Right. Yeah, it's subtle too. It's not like in your face. You don't even notice the hood's carbon until you like actually look at it from the right angle and you're like, oh, that whole thing's carbon. Oh, did I say hood? Roof. Roof's carbon. Looks awesome.
So next thing is these giant headlights. It's got 6 beams in each of them. Now you'll notice there's no fog lights on the front of this Acura. You don't need it. Because there's 12 beams total, they all aim at different kind of
You're also so
angles
low.
and things like that.
You're under the fog already.
Yeah, you're so low, you're under the fog anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
The headlights look very Acura, so I appreciate that makes, like, if I saw this car without the badging and I saw the headlights, I'd be like, that looks like an Acura.
Yeah,
so
the
I appreciate
design
that.
language translates, which
Yeah,
is really
for sure.
nice.
I love the little hood vents.
Yeah, the
Those
hood vents,
look
so
dope.
it's in combination with some brake ducting and some other things, this pulls a lot of heat out of the frunk.
Gotcha.
Now there isn't actually any storage up here. You're gonna see like your power steering pump, you're gonna see your brake master cylinder, where the suspension connects to the chassis, all that fun stuff.
Can I just say, popping the hood, the front hood, it's very like, don't do that unless you're doing work on it, because it's not pretty in there.
No, it is function exclusively under there.
100%
Yeah.
function.
Yeah.
So don't judge like when you see in the video.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Anything else in the front that we need to note about?
Really that's it. I mean, obviously this is a facelifted model for 22.
Okay.
Again, the final kind of version of this car. So there's a different facelift. It's got a different bumper. The headlights are slightly different. The front lip looks great. You will see these little round things that you'll see on every other passenger car. It's parking sensors.
Yeah, of course.
So it does have a backup camera and it does have parking sensors.
Right.
But again, like we talked about, no blind spot monitoring, no pre-collision warning and things
So we've
like
got a few of those little creature comforts, not a ton though.
Yeah.
Let's go to the sides.
Yeah, let's
I want
do
to
it.
talk about these wheels because I freaking.
Ooh, I know you do, bro.
You're not hitting me. No. Alrighty, guys, we are here on the side of the NSX. Take it away.
I love the shape of this car.
It's very sleek.
very sleek, very elegant, very Batmobile at the right angles.
100%. When you look in the rearview mirrors, when you look here, you see this, and you feel like you are Batman.
Yeah. You see one of the two intercoolers that are for the turbochargers. It's a very cool look, very angular. The mesh, you can see the mechanical stuff underneath it.
All right, Pat, talk to us about those wheels because they are gorgeous and they are special.
Yeah, they are special. They are expensive. It's a $1,500 option for the NSX Type S. They are Berlina black performance wheels. They're 20 inches front and rear. There are different widths, of course. Staggered setup for those who know what that means. The front end, it's got a 245 width tire. The rear's got a 305 on these Pirelli P0s. That is plenty of grip for me.
I feel like, this may sound strange, that's an economical option. $1,500 for like...
It's not bad.
Like that, that is totally, that's like normal car understandable.
Yeah.
So I don't know
what I'm
why, what a deal on a supercar. Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
Unlock the car. Guys,
Oh, yeah,
guys, watch the handle.
It's
Watch
gotta
the
be
handle.
his favorite thing.
Ah! I love it. It's so cool. Okay.
You should go try to grab it. Nope.
That is, I don't like this game. I love the handles, how they open up to you. And if you have the key in your pocket and you just walk to the car, it opens up for you and the handle pops out. It's like a supercar that's got an electronic
Welcoming
concierge.
you home
concierge service inside of your, that's the kind of service I want if I'm paying 200 grand for a car. I want that car to be like, oh, hello, Mr. Blank that I know owns me.
Hello, Mr. Cool Shirt.
Come into me. Let's not.
Nope.
Let's cut that
Bo,
out.
don't you do that.
Let's cut that section out. All right, well, what else on the side other than, I don't know what this does, but I love the way it looks and I love the shaping of it.
Yeah, so with everything on this car, all of the big holes and grills and active things that are going on, it is all aerodynamically designed for a reason.
Right.
So that is actually the intake, again, for the intercoolers for the turbos. And a little higher up, you're gonna see the intake for the engine itself, and then there's a little bit of heat dissipation as well that runs through there, because this is actually a gap. You can go, it's hot as shit right now, but it gaps all the way through.
Oh, it does. I can see it. Yeah. I love the fact that you can have something that looks really cool, but is also crazy functional.
Yeah,
that's
everything
kind of
on this car, we talked about earlier, is like all the weird grilling and the shape and everything. It is pure function. It happens to look sexy as hell.
Right.
But it is pure function.
Anything else on the side here?
Yeah, so on the side we got a couple more options. First of which, at the front of the car, these beautiful mirrors. We talked about them when we were driving. You can see a ton out of them,
right?
But they are also just gorgeous, the shape of them.
They fit the car so freaking well.
Yeah, it's incredible. They look fantastic. And again, with what we just talked about, is everything is designed for function. The carbon fiber side skirt on the side is designed for function. If you get this without the carbon pack, that same skirt looks the same. It just doesn't have the carbon fiber on the edge.
Gotcha.
And that helps funnel air around the side of the car.
Cool.
And then that Type S badge down there, which is arguably the most important thing about this car.
Just so you know, we cannot leave the side of this car without talking about these giant red brakes.
Yeah, these giant, I don't even know how many pot, about 150, I think. These calipers are giant, they're huge, they're monoblock, they are absolutely incredible.
And good God, do they work. If you guys couldn't tell by Patrick's face being thrown forward.
It's through the windshield. How is it that...
Yeah, like they work so good.
Yeah.
And the car stays planted while you just smash on them, which is, I don't even know. I don't even know what that is.
It's absolute insanity. It's a 15-inch carbon ceramic rotor like we talked about earlier up front. A 14.2-inch carbon ceramic rotor in the rear. These are the same brakes you'll find on like a GT style race car.
And that is the brightest thing on this car, so I love it extra for that.
Yeah, just a little bit of pop of color to bring it home and also cue it in with that Type S logo.
You guys have been watching all the camera car footage, but this car with these wheels just on a slow roll, and you get the red peeking through the wheels. Anything else on the side?
No, man, that's it.
All right, I'm gonna slowly come in. High five. Okay, we can go to the back. Nope, not getting at me this time.
That was a little one.
I know, but I can't trust you. Also, I will apologize to Acura. The rear of this car is ugly, but we only have the car for a week and we got a lot of filming to do.
It's not ugly, it's dirty.
Dirty, sorry, God.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. That's what, we've made it not as beautiful because of all the dirtiness. So my apologies, please look past it. The camera car footage looks better. All right, the rear. The cool carbon spoiler that I imagine costs a lot.
So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. It's a wet carbon is what it's also called. We've got the rear wing, we've got the lower diffuser, which is aggressive looking, but also kind of subtle at the same time. I think it's because it's black.
I feel like the rear, that diffuser at the bottom looks more aggressive than the rest of the car.
I don't know. I feel like it looks insane, which I love.
I love the way it looks. I just don't think
it's just such a function piece.
Yeah, okay.
Like if it looked differently, it wouldn't work as well.
Okay, fair enough.
And then we've got that big center exit exhaust, which that's just there to look cool.
Right.
Because
you almost can't even see it. You got to get down and look for it.
Yeah, like I had to like get pretty far away to look at it. I like that it's like the same shape as the diffuser, so you don't have just like a flat plane that's messing up your aero.
Bro, I also hate when an exhaust is clearly not designed to go into the area that it's going to be in. It makes, I appreciate when they like put all that together.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. The next thing we're going to talk about is these taillights. As you can see, you've seen Civics, you've seen BRZs and WRXs from Subaru. They've kind of borrowed this design, but this kind of big sweeping situation is really, really pretty. Another thing that we didn't talk about is I love that they blacked out the emblems.
If they didn't black the emblems out, I would legit be mad. Anything else from the rear that we need to talk about specifically? I feel like the rear is kind of big.
Yeah, the rear is very large. I mean, as the car kind of goes back, it gets taller and wider. It's
because the front gets real like angly down and tiny, and then the rear's like, I'm here, baby.
Yep. All right, Elvis.
All right, let's pop the hood Is it hood?
Trunk.
Let's pop the trunk and let's check out this engine because
Yeah.
it looks so cool. You can see it from the glass, but it looks so much better when you don't.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Thanks. That is so much carbon.
Yeah, it is. This entire engine bay is covered in carbon fiber. It's fantastic. It's part of that carbon fiber package that we spoke about earlier. I don't know what they look like when it doesn't have carbon on it, but I don't know if I want to know.
If you're spending $200,000 on a car,
If you're spending $170, spend this 13.
pop into two, baby. Like, who cares?
Yeah, you're spending $170, spend $200.
That has to have carbon in it. The carbon package alone for that would be worth it to me.
Wow,
Like,
okay, fair enough.
I don't want to look in the rear and like, if it's not like, bro, you have to have carbon on this. It's a requirement.
It's
in my personal
It's
opinion.
beautiful.
I really love the little pop of red inside
little
the
pop
engine.
of red
I don't
right
even know
down
what that
there.
is.
It's a very interesting look, like that cover for the intake manifold. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
But probably the most interesting part about this car is two things. One, that sticker up there from Honda says property of Honda, not for sale.
Okay. So we can't sell it. Dang
So
it.
no one can buy it, no one can sell it. From what I understand, it's going to be a museum piece.
We're driving a museum piece?
Yep.
You didn't tell me that until now.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want you to be nervous.
Oh my God.
Secondary to that is the badging on this particular Type S, 0 out of 0. So this is not one of the 350-ish that
Right.
they're building or built that are now all sold out. So good luck finding one.
Right.
Cheapest one I found online was $277,000.
That's a deal.
Yeah. Honestly,
If you got that kind of cash, do it to it.
I said it in the video. If I had 300 grand to spend, I'm buying this.
Yeah, I would not be upset.
No, but this is 0 of 0, which makes me, again, did a little bit of homework, makes me believe this is going to be a museum piece.
Dude, if this goes to a museum, we're making a video where we go to that
We
museum
go visit it
and we're
say hi
like,
to our baby again.
my butt sat in that car. And now it's a museum piece. I love that. Anything else to point out in the rear other than just like how freaking cool to have a cool looking engine in the back window of the car?
Yeah, it's insanity.
I
We
love
do
that.
need to talk about, we didn't talk about it with the Camaro because there was a wing in the way.
Yeah.
But the trunk space. So we got 4.4 cubic feet of trunk space.
Fun fact, we can fit a small book bag, a jacket, and all the camera gear that you guys are watching this video on, which is a serious size camera.
Yeah, it's not small.
No, it ain't no point and shoot. All of that actually fit in the back. You didn't think it would, but it did.
I didn't. Now that being said, the opening for this trunk is really, really small. What you guys don't see is it extends all the way out to the edge of the bodywork.
So you got to kind of slot it in.
Yeah, it's like really open on the edges, so it's nice.
I'm surprised it has that much space.
Yeah.
In a supercar, I'm okay with
But
it.
here's the thing, like that for two people, you could fit a week's worth of groceries in there.
I can fit a weekend. I can fit all the weekend clothes I need to go gallivanting off into the mountains.
That's right.
Any final points that we need to hit on before we do our final thoughts?
Final points before the final thoughts. I don't think so.
Okay, fair. All right, Pat, it's that time.
I
We've
don't
come
wa-
to the end.
But it's no.
What are your final thoughts on the 22 Acura NSX Type S?
Final thoughts, man. This has been a great week.
Has
it's been a
it
great
not?
week. I love this car. I say that about every car that we review.
Yeah.
But we've only really done good cars so far. But this thing is absolutely fantastic. I think it's the best hybrid ever built.
Yep.
You want a hybrid that gets good gas mileage? Cool.
Yep.
You want a hybrid that's fast? Cool. You want a hybrid that looks pretty? Cool. You want a hybrid with trunk space? Buy a Prius.
Oh. My final thoughts, I will echo, I feel like the tagline of this video is the perfect hybrid. The way it delivers the power in both of those regards is so nice.
Yep.
I think it looks cool. This has redefined what I think of as a sport car.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's kind of cool. Favorite and least favorite?
Ooh. Favorite's tough because there's a lot.
Everything.
Yeah. It's an NSX. That's my favorite thing. My favorite thing is that it is absolutely, when you push that pedal all the way down, or you turn hard, or you brake hard, it's ridiculous
Yeah.
in the best way.
Yep.
But then you put it in the right mode and you relax and it's easy to drive and you can cruise around town and it's a daily driver supercar.
Least favorite is you don't own it.
Yeah,
okay.
least favorite is that I'm poor.
Well,
That's my least favorite.
that doesn't have to do with the car.
Yeah, but I can't afford to buy it. No,
That's fair. I love how you
that
can't
we only
figure
have
out.
it for a week. I literally don't know.
You can't figure out anything. I love that.
I want like an inch or two more headroom.
That's a good point.
I
okay.
want a hair more headroom or the seat to go lower, one or the other.
That would make
And
sense
I want
for you.
the seat bolstering to be just a hair wider, but I could also do something about that. What's your favorite and your least favorite?
Favorite and least favorite. My favorite is just the driving performance that it gives. This is the first time I've ever experienced that, so it's a much bigger deal to me, but the car drives on an entirely different planet. My least favorite thing, I appreciate the gray, but you know me, I want this car, I don't even know if yellow is enough, because the color needs to match the ridiculousness of how good it drives. I don't know what color would match, but it needs a more ridiculous color and something. I want the car to be more ridiculous. That's all, honestly. Like, I love this thing. I don't even know how to describe how much I love this thing, honestly. Unfortunately, guys, that is the end of our review of the 2022 Acura NSX Type S. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and thank you, Acura, for loaning us this.
Yeah.
If you guys got to the end of the video, make sure to hit the like button and drop a comment down below. Put OC because you're in the outro crew. It means you made it to the end of the video. Pat, what are we asking outro crew?
Outro crew is where we are divisive. We are divided on this thing. Do you like that it's kind of subtle, I guess, and that it's not super gaudy and flashy, or do you want it to be?
Yeah, do you want this? Do you think all supercars should be absolutely ridiculous looking because that's how they drive? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to share this video out to somebody else that can't afford an Acura NSX Type S. I'm Chase.
I'm Patty Rick.
And we will see you guys on the next review. Acura NSX, mwah, I love you. Type S, mwah, I love you. Pat, you gotta get off. Get out of here.
No, get out of here. No.